And yes,
Okay. So that would have wartime or um
it would have from enlistment date, which means the date before you even went to boot camp, the date you signed papers, to the date that you signed papers to get the fuck out.
okay. So I'm
Because
talking.
oh, I
Go
better
ahead,
not have
Geyer.
put my remote.
Geyer, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
All right, I posted the screenshot. Spin. It's Bach.
Thanks, Bach.
Check, check. Check, check. Can you guys hear me now?
I got you now, Geyer. Yeah.
Okay. Man, my microphone was off that entire time. Luckily, I wasn't saying much.
No, it was
We're
Geyer.
live right
Couldn't
now
hear
on the
a
Geyer
fucking
Show.
word you were saying, brother. Okay, so I could go to AI, Bach. This is directed towards you. I could use AI and recreate this form and take black magic marker or
Oh yeah.
whatever you want to call it and say this and do the same thing. If it were me, why would you have a DD214 that has black magic fucking marker to whether it be to prove whether it to be proven true or to be debunked? That's the actual factual question I have for you, Bach.
My guess is if he is going to forge or fabricate a DD214, it's to hide what you know. It's to basically corroborate the cool stories he's been telling people, and hide the fact that he was just cleaning mouths, and because it would show on the DD214 the the exact roles he conducted while he served. No.
I believe it would have his MOS. Geyer.
I would believe so too. Well, that
And then in that screenshot,
he was a housing.
I'm sorry,
Was it?
Geyer. Go ahead.
Was it a? What did that screenshot say at the very bottom?
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to read. I mean, I've got it fucking 300%, and I can't even see it.
Yeah, that's the best frame too, unfortunately. And he did it in such a way, and I should have had this full screen, but he did it in such a way that you could tell he was like. But I felt it was because he didn't want to dox other stuff. But he wasn't comfortable sharing all this. This was after we pressured him into showing this and allowing us
I
to screenshot it.
well, I want to say that I have not done any military service in my life, but I've seen DD214s before, but I have seen the whole DD214, not a self redacted version, because anybody in the military would love to show their DD214, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it would prove their valor. Yeah.
From just looking at that picture, the format of everything in that form does look correct to the one that I'm looking at, comparing it to my uncle's.
Okay.
But you can't
Oh,
read shit.
no. I am not questioning the validity of the document. What I'm questioning is why you would redact something when you are being, or the accusation is stolen valor. Stealth,
That
where
that
he
section
has
of the
that redacted.
DD2,
What's that?
that section does have some personal information, like on the one I'm looking at, my uncle's. but like it has like a social security number and stuff. So I can see if he was trying to like cover that stuff up. But it looks like one of the things he's covering up is all his MOS codes. I don't know if you know.
That's what I was alluding to. Go ahead, Bach.
No, Spin. I have nothing more to add. Maybe
Oh,
Geyer
okay.
can,
You,
because
you unmuted.
I'm not even American, so I don't even know how to interpret these DD 214 forms.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not a military service member either, so I don't.
it's basically just a form that states, "Hey, you were in. This is what you did. This is how long you were in. This is the treatments you did, the fuck ups you did, and there you go." That's basically what it is.
Hey, Bach, I know he was showing right after he showed that. What was the other document that he was putting in front of the camera?
Let me see. I think it might have been the same binder. Let me have a look.
No, it wasn't. No, I can remember. I do remember from watching the live or the interview. It was the same binder. Go ahead, just Leslie. Good
I'm
to see
I'm
you.
looking at the I'm looking at the video right now.
This is
Basically, just final thing, you guys can all check the Bach and Travis Jur video. 20 minutes in is when he starts showing the DD214.
Go
20
ahead,
I've
minutes.
had
Just.
enough ears squealing from that fucker.
Hold on one second, Stealth. Go ahead, Just.
hi. This is my first time ever talking on X Spaces. I'm looking at my husband's DD 214, and I was looking at Travis's and where it's blacked out. It looks like the area that has personal information, such as mailing address, closest relative, um, and at the top, it also lists the social security number. So the fact that he blacked that out, I don't think there's an issue with it because of the personal information.
I don't think we're saying that there's an issue to it. I think there's it's the issue that he was saying all these things that he did. He was saying he was spec ops. He was saying that he was all did all these undercover and top secret BS. And we see this, and he doesn't want to just like clarify, like, yeah, hey, I just blacked out like information on family members and my personal like government information. That would have cleared up the entire like concern everyone's having, because that's a reasonable thing to like black out.
Right.
Oh, right,
But
right. I'm not disputing personal information because obviously that would dox yourself. But what I don't see and what is in question is his MOS code, and then we come to find out that he was a dental hygienist. Am I correct?
no, his official jobs from what I've seen was he was a rescue swimmer, and he did do some warfare like office related stuff.
Okay.
But like there was nothing about like if he was a dental hygienist, I would have laughed my ass off. But sadly, he's not.
I'm sorry. I would do the same thing.
Bro
Bach,
was
did
just a
you find what
glorified
I was
cavity
saying?
fighter.
Yeah, right. Bach, did you find what I was saying?
No, I'm still looking, and I'm also kind of promoting your space.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Bach.
Yeah, I'm promoting your space. I'm not live streaming right now, but I'm just in private. I'm telling people.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks,
Sure.
Bach. I appreciate that.
Just for what it's worth on a personal level, just I
but I don't see anything that Travis has ever done being in that category.
Hey, Rocco, can you take over for just a second? I got to run to the restroom.
I mean, I can tell you what's supposed to be on it. It has the person's name, the branch of service, when they separated from the military, what their rank was, pay grade, birth date, the place they entered the military, when they separated, where they separated at. It has their MOS on it. It also has dates that they entered the military and left the military. It lists all their decorations, medals, badges, citations, military education.
So it does everything under the sun.
Yeah, it has everything on this document. I'm looking at my
But-
husband's.
Yeah. But like, did your husband do anything that was like classified or whatever?
He worked with classified systems, but it was
But there's nothing where like his
What's
entire
going on,
like
guys? How
MOS
are
was
you?
classified.
Jeannie, how are you? Jeannie, good
No.
evening. Good evening.
And that's
Just
like
real-
that's what I was
Jenny, what
saying
up?
earlier.
Happy
There's
birthday
nothing
to my
Travis could have
twin.
done.
Just real quick, could I
Well,
get
hello?
everybody that's not speaking at the moment to turn your mic off? I'm getting a lot of feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, but what I was saying is there's nothing that Travis that we have found out about him that would indicate he's done anything remotely near classified anything. Like everyone in the military has to have a base level security clearance. But there's no way in hell he had anything near like a TS or TS SCI or whatever. Like I have a security clearance, but that's because I work in a federal building. But that's and all mine does is get me access inside and out and like to the shitter. So
yeah. So this document doesn't. I'm looking at it. I don't see where it had his security clearance classification. It does not show that. It shows on there, at the bottom, if it was an honorable or dishonorable discharge. It tells you, for instance, shows it's his retirement. It was an honorable discharge, but it does not have a security clearance on it.
I would love to if we were able to get a closer picture of his, be able to see if he got an honorable or dishonorable.
Yeah.
Not your husband, but Travis.
No, I know what you're saying, because that was when he was showing those his DD 214. I was looking
Good
real
question,
close
Gaga.
because I'm familiar with it. I also worked with the military. I also took snapshots of his CAC that he was showing around, and I did report that. I filed a report with the Department of Homeland Security on that because he was required to turn that CAC in, even if it's expired.
CAC isn't a certified addiction counselor's license?
A common access card. It's the card that you use if you're
It's your military ID.
Military ID card, or for instance, I was a civilian with the military. I also had a CAT card. It's the card that you use to get on the installation or to access a computer.
Like I have one just so I can visit my uncle without having to bring half the base out just to get me cleared to go in.
Yours would be a different one.
But it's similar.
Yours should not have a chip on it. Travis's has a chip on it. If you're military or you're a civilian employee, DOD employee was what I was, it has a chip in it. So,
but it's a similar thing. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know, like, I have some friends that work at the Coast Guard station here in St. Petersburg, they actually have a military ID, but it is not RFID chipped. It is just so they can get through the gate.
It has it has the chip to it if you have computer access. Is what the chip is basically
Oh,
for.
that's what okay. All right. I
There's
understand.
there's a CAC reader that's hooked to the computer, and you have to put your CAC in there, and you have to put codes, PIN
Yeah,
numbers in order to access the computers.
almost all the computers in any installation, military base, or whatever, they're all card locked, and that's just
Okay.
so
I've never
random
been on a military
contractors
base.
can't just like have you ever had to like put your card in to go through a door?
Oh, like a motel room door or something like that?
Yeah, it's a similar type of concept, but
Okay, that makes sense.
if the card goes in, you get access. You take it out, you lose access.
Right.
Basically.
So it's like a per access that is controlled by
Yeah.
an administrator of what access you have is
Yep.
what you're saying. So what I didn't hear, and I apologize, I had to walk away for a second. Just Leslie, is your or excuse me, I'm sorry, your husband's MOS codes on the DD2 or not?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Bach, we did not see that, unless I'm mistaken, on the interview or live stream that you did. Am I correct in saying that? Okay. Hopefully Bach
No,
heard.
we didn't see it on the live stream.
I didn't think so. So
And I don't and the only thing I've heard him say was he's a rescue swimmer, which has been confirmed. And he was I don't know if it was in the Navy or the Coast Guard. There was something about like a desk job about war fighting something. I don't remember the exact label it said. But there's nothing, like he's stated, nothing combat oriented.
go ahead, Geyer.
Are you talking about in court?
Yes.
Well, in court they did say he was a rescue swimmer and all that, Geyer. But I think Spin was talking about other stuff. I'm not 100% sure.
In court, his own
No,
defense
you're
said
right.
he's never seen any combat. Now, what type of special operator do
Yeah.
you know that's never seen any combat?
Exactly. I've never heard of let's just say SEAL team and Delta Force. Those are probably our highest level spec ops here. I've not heard of a single one of them who is not, like, at the bare minimum been sent to a foreign country, whether it's allied or not,
Car guy got
and
rescheduled.
assisted in like a DEA operation, CIA operation, or something of the similar sorts. Because they don't just do whatever the military wants them to do. They'll go out there and fucking DEA needs help finding a fucking drug like drug kingpin. Call Delta Force. They'll do it.
Well, if my memory serves me correctly, which normally it does, wasn't the Delta Force sent to Venezuela to bring dumbass back?
Delta Force, HSI, FBI, and DEA.
Dumbass, who you talking about? Maduro?
Yeah.
It's just
So
it was just a
obviously
special ops.
It
was just a special ops unit with air support, And the special ops on the ground, only the special ops on the ground, they didn't really provide any combat on the ground. They were just there to disable the comms. So when it comes to him talking about being,
that makes sense too.
when it comes to him talking about being a special ops, right? Let's go back to the screenplay that he said he's writing. Travis, if you look at his mental state, and if you look at how narcissistic he is, and if you also look at, if you're in the Navy, you are a rescue swimmer, regardless. Every person in the Navy is a rescue swimmer. So it's just, yes, he was a rescue swimmer. Yes, he was classified as a rescue swimmer. It's there on his DD, on his paperwork. But if he was special ops, it would be on his paperwork. That's what one of my viewers right now is saying. If he was special ops, this guy's in the Navy. He said if he was special ops,
I agree with that statement.
it would be
Yeah,
on his
absolutely.
DD 214, also where he had training for it. It would show his training and where he trained for it. So, being that his own defense said that he never participated.
I mean, it's not like that idiot. Well, what I'm trying to
Deployments are listed on your DD 214. Are
deployments on the DD 214? I don't know.
That's
I'm
what
asking.
I got a veteran in my chat, or active duty. I can't.
Everything is listed under your DD2.
Okay.
Everything.
So basically, I mean, he wasn't jumping out of airplanes in Fallujah.
No, he didn't even leave. He didn't even leave the country.
Honest.
He may have gone to maybe no. His deployments would be on there.
If he went to another country, he may have gone to like Okinawa or like South Korea or something as like a support. But there's no way in hell he went to the Middle East. There's no way in hell he did anything like that. Because one, you got to have a bit more cojones than he has.
So stolen valor is a proper title for this fucking moron.
To an extent.
Okay, I will correct that. I redact that. To a certain extent, stolen valor is applicable to this moron.
Yeah.
Now the other component to this is, okay, we know how he acts at the ICE facility. We know how he acts when confronted. Do we think there is a mental health component? I mean, obviously, anybody that goes on Amazon and buys a Captain America shield or a toy, there's clearly all his dogs ain't fucking a barking. But that's my opinion.
That's an understatement.
Hey, I was trying to keep it PG-13, but I mean, we can take it to rated R if you want.
I think we're all adults here.
I think the costume stuff was not as serious as the reckless threats he was making everywhere. Like, what made him think there would be no consequences for threatening Trump or a minor, or like,
Or the official from Nevada.
Oh yeah, or the Nevada official.
Yeah, I forgot about that one, Bob.
I think him threatening that person, that lady down there, was actually what started all this, because I think like that triggered the initial like investigation like start. But I do think that once he made a threat to Trump,
I'm back, guys,
and the Secret Service got involved, and then made a threat to
chocolate milk,
our homeboy over here, that made it worse. So I think he's just been compounding his stupidity.
I think it's more than a crash out, brother. I'm just saying. fuck? I mean, when you go from Nevada to Portland, then you put the agitating facts of minors, and then you and then you put the immediate or the threat to the
It got
president,
suspended
and
or
then on live stream calling out
postponed until
was it
Friday.
Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi, fuck you ain't gonna do nothing to me. Does anybody remember that?
Surgery coming.
Does he not remember that Pam is just a fuck around and find out?
As I said, then all the threats of I can say in box chat, MDG's chat, and any other chat that the fucker could get
Hey, if
into
you're
and
joining my
not get
chat
bounced out of, and then his
right now,
absolute
and if you
asinine
can,
behavior
go
on
join this
live stream.
this space right now.
I am willing to say with a very good degree of certainty that he's not all unless this is a coordinated
Coordinated
Well,
stupidity?
yeah, a coordinated stupidity that he was trying to hide under the First Amendment. Well, the First Amendment only protects you so much.
Well, yeah, the First Amendment covers free speech. But once that speech infringes on someone else's speech or becomes a threat in
Pursuit
some
of
manner,
happiness.
yeah.
Once again, I get a lot of feedback. Please, when we're not speaking, can we turn our mics off? Thank you.
Now the other component to it is Geyer, remind me of the other douchebag tranny's fucking name.
There's a few of them.
R whatever it is. Raiden or Radner or whatever the fuck it is, Geyer.
Raiden Coleman.
Yeah, Raiden Coleman, that was arrested. Now, he was arrested prior to Travis. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. What component may or may not be involved? And I'm not asking to put your tinfoil hat on. What I'm asking is there scrub them.
Well, they're going to go through everything. It doesn't matter. But I think it's more of a, I think we should be thinking of it in a, if they were
I'm going to talk about that.
working together,
I'll talk about that, Jenny. Hold on.
who else should we be looking for?
Guy, are you a wild man? What's up, Daylight?
Because
How are you, brother?
if Coleman has, already has active terrorism charges, those are what
Let's
he was
freaking
arrested
go.
on, basically. And somehow Travis is just skirting the edge of everything right now. Who else was involved? Because I don't see this whole stealing stuff from Northwest Natural as a one-man job, like the U.S. attorney said. There was other people involved. Where are those people?
Okay, so let's visit that for a second.
I know.
Geyer might know.
Go ahead, Geyer. Go ahead, Geyer.
know.
Take it.
I know where they're at. They're in the chats,
Don't
guys. So here, let's get into something real quick. Let's talk. And I was talking about this. I think I was talking about this with somebody earlier. Is that let's talk about a burglary for a second. They said a burglary, which means he stole something. They didn't say breaking and entering. They didn't, and they said he burglarized Northwest Natural Sites. Okay, let's focus on the specific verbiage of what they said. They also, right after that conversation, talked about cybersecurity and how he had a 2-year degree in cybersecurity. So, did he break in to an actual physical site? Yes, maybe. But when they're talking about burglarizing a site, let's think about, okay, since has a cybersecurity and has all these accounts, he's obviously a hack. So burglarizing a site, what does that mean to you? Now that I've said all that.
Okay. In the typical sense, burglary is theft is theft. So let's identify what he stole.
Well,
to
from
connect
what it
the original sentence.
from what it sounded like, if you want to say that, from what the attorney was saying in the first hearing I went to, was that he stole equipment and supplies. And what that pops up in my head is, so he stole piping, not just any type of regular piping. This is high pressure piping that's anti-corrosive. And then if
So
you look
something
at
you
like,
couldn't get at Home Depot is
no, not likely.
Drop
And
me
then,
down
But where?
so I don't take up space.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Where did-
Doc, if you want
Okay.
to stay up.
All right.
and then there was,
1 second, I turn my heater on. It's cold in here.
then they said equipment. So I'm thinking pipes, fittings, gauges, meters. So like if I go outside my house right now down onto the street, there's a restaurant underneath me and there's a gas meter out there. I'm picturing all that stuff right there. So like all that basically. A flow restrictor, a flow meter, everything. And that's what I'm thinking that they said they found. And that's just not normal shit. Like, I can see you, like, you get off work and, like, if you had a company car, you have some, like, leftover, like, Teflon tape and, like, maybe some washers or something in your pants or overalls. And you just toss those inside your house and somewhere. Like, that's reasonable in my eyes. But if they're finding full on, like gas setup systems or the components for it, that's a completely different scale. And that's why, like, when Gaia brought up the fact that it looked like he was targeting the gas grid, I looked at the gas grid and I was like, well, if ice goes up, I go up. I gotta play Chinese restaurant that uses gas only from Northwest underneath me. So
Okay, that's reasonable to believe. Absolutely. So the burglary would mean he took physical goods without permission.
But is it physical
No,
though?
no. Hold on. Just to be clarifying, you could be charged with burglary for walking through a car lot at 3 o'clock in the morning with no tools and not having any stolen property on you at all. If the cops choose to charge you with that instead of trespassing, it's that simple. And that's a fact.
Okay. So thank you, Rocco. I've heard instances like that, believe it or not. Um, could burglary mean that he had access to something after? Could it mean he had tapped into a system from an outside computer
Well,
and
no,
took information?
I don't think that that's the case at all because like the FBI clearly said we found physical shit. So it wasn't just like he was there when he wasn't supposed to, which was also the case. He was there when he wasn't supposed to with faked, well, cloned RFID access cards, which in technicality isn't that hard. You can get the equipment to do it off Amazon. But he went in there when he wasn't supposed to after he was terminated. Yeah, they said that in both of the hearings.
Okay, so
Uh,
that would mean, so let me ask you, is that one of the federal charges, or is that a state and local?
that's one of the things that the U.S. attorney brought up in regards to referencing the burglary case at what is it, Columbia County or Washington County or whoever is pursuing against him. And he both times, the first time he was in court and the second time, they brought up that he cloned cards to gain access to the facility after he was terminated.
And just to be clarifying, I did not. When I said what I said about burglary, I was not specifically speaking about Travis. I was just throwing it out in general.
Well,
If he actually had physical property belong to another person, that would actually not just be burglary. Depending on the amount of value of the property, it would be theft or grand theft or larceny.
Which, well,
depends on,
the
well, that
the
would depend on what charging document you're looking at, because
also that investigation hasn't been fully like investigated and brought to court yet. I think they're still in the like mid investigation. So then where's the charging? What?
that's what I'm saying. The only thing that yes, and I've seen that. There has been no state level charges brought against Travis. It is the only charge that I believe that I've seen personally is victim 1, minor victim 2 and 3.
Well, the other
That's the
thing
only
I'm
thing that
thinking,
I have physically seen, Stealth.
the other thing I'm thinking is I don't know if Geyer could back this up or not. Is if Sherwood's not wanting to like technically pursue the charges, is the government gonna try to tack them on as enhancements or whatnot? Because
No,
well,
because they would be there by now.
well, it's
Right.
not. It's more than just a typical burglary. Well, yeah, that's why I was wondering if they were gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say like Well, that's the thing. What I'm thinking is, I think something's going on behind the scenes with the FBI and the U.S. attorneys and all of them, where I think they're just trying to take everything into one case because I think they just want to slap him in the face like with a sledgehammer with all the
Well,
charges.
Geyer, you and I had this conversation. Geyer, you and I have had this conversation. The more and more I see, the more and more I agree with you. I think victim 1, victim or minor victim 2, and minor victim 3 is technically what has got the with what has got the hold other than the threat to the president. I think, and it may be a conspiracy or a rabbit hole, I truly think that they are concreting what exactly they're going to charge him with at a bigger level. I think this is just to get the process started.
Well, I also don't think that there would have been a reason why the FBI, after they raided his house, why they would have released the scene to Sherwood if they weren't planning on doing something with everything they found. Because I don't think it matters with the FBI if it's state or federal. They do work more in federal, but I have seen them do like tack on charges that are state level charges to a federal case.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not absolutely possible. Go ahead, Gar. You were going to say something. Oh, okay. Well, I honestly, Stealth, I have to agree with you in all intelligent factor. I am now. How long in Oregon or would they have to tack on some sort of ad charge or jurisdictional charge for the burglary?
If I'm correct, I believe it falls under the statute of limitations, which I believe is 7 years. But that I also think that is adjusted if there's like an active case going on, or like if if the FBI is actively, like in this case, actively charging him for everything against, like all the threats and everything against uh the minor and the 2 adults.
No, 2 minors and an adult.
Well, yeah, 3 people either way. And like it kind of goes stagnant. I don't believe the statute of limitations like goes in effect yet because it's still an active case. But if there's like something behind the scenes where they're trying to like merge everything, I'm not quite sure.
Well, I just want to point out a post. I want to relate to a post that minor victim 2 did put out on X, and I want to make sure that I should read it, but it is an X post. Geyer, do you have a problem? There was a post. No, Tucker, pay attention. No, joking. There was a post made by minor victim 2.
Okay, I'm curious what it says.
Okay, the question is, should I read that post in open space? Yes or no?
Go ahead, because technically it's already out for the world to see.
Okay, so minor victim 2, and I will not mention minor victim 2's name. That's inappropriate. Travis Jur is expected to be released later tonight or early tomorrow morning under electronic ankle monitoring. His next court appearance is scheduled for March 13th. At this time, we will not be providing any additional comments. So I guess they're getting bombarded, which I would not see why they wouldn't be. He is prohibited from threatening, intimidating, or attempting to intimidate any individual. He may not own, possess any internet capable devices without prior approval from pretrial services. We will share further updates if and when appropriate. And that was from minor victim 2.
Is that the one that's here in? No, the Nevada one is down there. That's an adult. So both minors are up here.
Yes.
So, well, I'm not surprised that this judge let him out
I disagree, Michael.
because of the stuff I saw in prior cases to him being brought out. The judge let a known fentanyl dealer who I guess had a baby on the way out into the community again after having enough fentanyl on him to kill a couple 100,000 people.
Well, that judge is a piece of shit already.
No, that's a couple 100,000 people. 13 grams won't kill a couple 100,000 people.
That was 17 grams.
Still won't kill a couple 100,000 people.
Still too many people.
Yeah, right. Any form of distribution of fentanyl is not okay. I just wanted to be right here.
No, you're fine if you want to correct me. I'm not gonna get butthurt. I'm not Pam.
Does she have a space right now? Is there a space going on right now with Pam?
Not that I see.
Okay. Y'all are live on my show right now, by the way.
Oh,
that's
you're fine.
fine.
That's fine. Hello, show.
What's up,
Hello, chat.
knuckleheads watching him?
Yeah.
The only other rabbit hole is, well, there is a lot of rabbit holes.
Have you heard about the lady in Canada he sent messages to? Because
No.
that's
Do I want to know?
No, we do want to know.
there was an email sent. I remember this. I remember somebody showing me this actually. I remember seeing the email. There's an email sent to a woman up in Canada, and it became transnational at that point, right? Because you are sending threats.
Yeah, that could fuck with like treaties
Across state lines or country lines. Somebody said he's no genius, that's for sure.
What was the substance of the email, Guy?
Man, I'm gonna have to go way back into it. I have the Travis Jur files on my phone.
bro. That
I've
saying you
labeled
got
them
the Travis
travel.
Jur files just doesn't sound right.
Well, I mean, so and at that point, the RCMP or the Royal Canadian Mounted Police or their whatever their law enforcement or top law enforcement, that would be that would put him away for even longer.
Well, he could get jail time here in federal prison and then get jail time there in federal prison.
I mean,
Well,
it
that was
would
my
run.
next question.
It would run concurrent, unless he's a rat.
Guys, mind if I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
So what I saw today, his stipulations for release today, he has 2 adults and 2 minors that he is ordered to have no contact with. I mean, we know who the 2 minors are, and their parent is the one of the adults, and the other adult is, that lady in Arizona running for a
Nevada.
congressional seat. But Do you guys know the story behind the lady in Arizona?
Well, it's Nevada.
Or yeah, I'm
Um,
sorry,
Yeah, it's
Nevada.
Nevada
You're right,
River.
Nevada.
It's
he
just
thought it
Nevada.
was someone else,
Right.
from
Okay.
what I've heard, and didn't check everything. Very,
Yeah.
very computer savvy for a computer cybersecurity expert. Um, and he sent the threats to them,
Thinking
and
it was somebody else,
yeah, and
somebody close to us.
He was. Do you?
I,
What was he though? Or was he just saying that?
Well, for substance, Reaper, can you give us the lowdown on Nevada? Because I mean, there's different stories, but obviously, I would trust your word over anything.
Sure. Well, I mean,
uh,
she put it out a couple of weeks ago when he got arrested. The reason why there was that charge in Nevada was because he suspected it was her, and it ended up not being her. Um, I'm sure you guys all know who I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys
No,
want me to say the
no,
name.
no.
Okay.
But
It's
yes,
somebody
we
very
know.
close to our movement. She does a lot of work for us. He thought it was her, ended up not being her, but that's why he's getting charged with that.
Now,
Is-
is that that would still be at a federal level because of the congressional uh
it doesn't have to be because of the congressional stuff. It's federal because it's interstate.
Well, all four of them would be too, because the other three live in Washington.
right.
Yeah.
So that's a transmission of a felony across state lines. So yes, that would probably be under the FBI or the federal partners.
Cross state line.
So the thing I'm also I'm curious about is we know damn well Travis isn't the only one that's threatened Trump since he's been in.
Somebody in my
But
chat.
why does it seem like he?
Go ahead. Sorry, I
What?
thought I was muted. My bad.
But why does it seem like Travis is the only one that's
Car guy
getting
said
attention?
you should call your local police
Like
and
I
make
know
a report.
there's bias and everything within the media, but it just doesn't seem like out of everyone that could be getting attention for this, Travis should have been like the 10 millionth person.
So why don't we
That's why.
go make attention on it? Why don't we go to these
Okay.
places like, I don't know, Portland General Electric, where he worked from September 2024 to August 2025. Let's go to Peace Health, where he worked from August 2022 to June 2024, where he made a lot of his friends was at Peace Health, where he goes to these shooting ranges and has these meetups with his friends that are found in these group chats. They go to places way deep in the woods and bring bratwursts, and they have meetups, and they talk about Charlie Kirk, and they joke about it, and they talk about all the patriots. Let's talk about the Northwest Natural, where he was there for 4 years and 2 months. Let's talk about the Unified Communications Engineer, where he was an associate voice architect from 2022 to January 2024. Let's talk about December 2019 to April 2022, where he's a voice network engineer. So why don't we go to all like Cambia Health Solutions? He worked for the health services as communications engineers. He was very highly skilled in tech and computer science, and so all of these places that he was associated with, he's had as listed as his experiences in his LinkedIn. The problem is the mainstream media won't go to these places and ask about Travis Jurr. Nobody will make it public. I mean, you look at Travis Jurr online, and you look at the news networks that have posted about him, and it's really mainly been what's KSNV, that's Nevada, because of Clark County, because it's the woman out of Nevada. Of course, Nevada is going to report on it. 2 days ago, Fox 5 Vegas. 2 days ago, Oregon Live. Fed sees Oregon guns from Portland man charged with making threats towards Trump. Oregon man arrested. The Nevada Independent. The really only thing you're seeing is Oregon Live. Oregon Live. Oregon Live. Nobody is making this public Because
But they're not even talking about the actual reason the main reason he was arrested. It wasn't the main reason of the arrest wasn't because of Trump. They still
No,
haven't even filed paperwork on a charge for that.
No, it was because of adult victims 1, 2, and minor victims 3 and 4.
Yeah, and they don't want to talk about that because
but who's adult victim number 1?
Rico,
it
do you want
was-
to answer that question again?
So here's the thing. They needed to trace the reason why it took a couple days after the warrant had been, or it took a little while after for the warrant to get signed, and there was 2 forms of they had the U.S. Marshals and the FBI showing up. Is they were looking at, okay, was this the weapon that was posted at Travis Jur's house? And that's why they brought up, okay, did it get sent to this child? That throws that doesn't make any sense then, because if they care, if they charged him, and this is why they arrested him about the child, the charges against the child, then why are they talking about that these messages didn't even get sent to the child? So at that point, it's freedom of speech.
But they did.
But did they?
did. It was yes, it was. I can tell you that for fact.
They got sent directly to the child, not somebody else.
So if you want to talk about so there was messages sent from, I think it was the Captain Gay America account, and one other sent to MAGA Ryland, which is our homeboy over here.
That's
what
I was saying.
They were sent. They weren't sent as a direct message, I believe. They were sent as like a at this person or a reply.
It's freedom of speech, my brother. Unfortunately, it's freedom of speech, but that's the unfortunate part.
Your freedom of speech can't infringe on someone else's.
Did it infringe on his though? It's on a public forum. I mean, as much as we hate it, we got to look at the parameters of it. They don't care. They don't
threatening to murder and are a child.
But he didn't use that word.
That goes beyond the.
He didn't use that word.
Using grape is a synonym for saying it.
But is it though? In the federal terms?
Yeah.
I understand, Geyer, what you're saying. But
I'm just thinking about legalities here. That's all.
Okay, so let me say this, Geyer. I'm going to send you a message. Okay,
and it sucks because
it sucks
because our own government gets infiltrated by these Democratic fools on the state level and the federal level. So it's just like they put in these plays of, we're using freedom of speech here. Well, screw you, bro. Like as much as we, it shouldn't be freedom of speech. This should be a crime to do that. But that's what the implant of the Democratic Party and the left that has infiltrated themselves into our state and our federal governments tend to put in the verbiage and the legalities. That's why they want to make pedophilia legal.
That will never happen as long as I'm alive. I swear to God.
Geyer, I just sent you a DM.
I saw that. I had to turn my head sideways.
Okay. Right. So within that message, and I do not bring that up in the spaces anymore because I don't want to give it any more traction.
Right.
At what level? Oh, this is along the same lines. At what level does it rise above the level of freedom of speech when there is actually well, somebody said it earlier. Hold on a minute. Somebody said it fucking earlier.
The pursuit of happiness?
Yes, the pursuit of happiness.
There it is. Boom.
Well, there's also been judges, federal judges, and the Supreme Court has said that yes, your freedom of speech is protected. But when that freedom of speech starts encroaching on someone else's, it's no longer protected. You can't just go around telling people you're going to kill them. All right? That's not protected speech.
In Oregon, it is.
Okay, let's put, okay, fuck it. Put the tin hat on a second. Take it out of Oregon. Bring it to the state of Florida. Or no,
Oh, good. I
no.
was,
Not, let's not use the state of Florida. Let's use the state of Texas. If you're in Portland, Oregon, and you repetitively say things that would arise to the level of unhappiness, like involving children or involving vulnerable adults, or what could be considered or construed as vulnerable adults or children, to disrupt their happiness. Why wouldn't that be? Why wouldn't it be?
hey, hold on. I'm reading something right now from Chad and Miss Mary
Okay.
saying Navy SEAL Don Shipley
Yes.
outed Travis. Apparently, he was a dental tech.
Okay, it's in the purple pill already. That's why I kept saying dental tech.
But I'm confused.
Were you not here? Were you not here earlier, Self?
No, he wasn't, guy.
Okay.
No, he wasn't.
I
Whenever
was-
we talked about it. No.
Okay. I thought he was. I was like, I hope he's okay because like we talked about it.
No, I was down at the brief protest that they had at City Hall, and
I thought I saw you there, Stealth.
yeah, and then as I was leaving, someone wanted to run their mouth about my dog, and we were just leaving to go fuck my dog. So I turned around and got in their face, and everyone around him got real quiet when I got 6 inches from his fucking nose.
Hold on, we got a hand up. Stealth and Gar. Go ahead,
Okay.
Happy. Good to see you.
Happy doesn't get a
Hey, how's
talk.
it going, everybody? Don Shipley is a retired SEAL, senior chief. He's been doing YouTube videos on stolen valor, mostly on SEALs. Somebody obviously got a hold of him and sent him some clips. I have a good idea who that individual was. He did some good, gave him and cut it through. Don ran a FOIA request that's there's a Freedom of Information Act, and
Just
then
saw
there's
it's open.
also doing
Brian,
National
there's a
Archives where
GoFundMe
you
open for
pick
Travis right now?
You have to have,
Did it just
individual
open?
has to pick to get the DD 214. The 214 lists things like good conduct. Don makes a reference in his video about he only had one good conduct medal. He also talked about he was a dental tech. He says that quite clearly, and it shows in the FOIA that he was a health services. So Don knows the Navy very well because that's what he served in, and and he was a SEAL. His son is also a SEAL today. He's one of the special operators. So special operators there are tier 1, which you guys know, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and then there's different SEAL teams. Then you have the Air Force, which you have the Air Force Combat Control and Pararescuemen. Combat controllers actually go out in advance and they take over a runway and they become basically an air traffic controller. Pararescuemen are the ones that you see mostly get the Medal of Honor. They are the ones that go behind enemy lines and pick off the pilots that were downed, and they're medics. Then you have the Marine Recon, and then you have the Army Green Berets and the Army Rangers. So those are the special operators. And they also have some special operators in the Coast Guard that they're now training right now. They're jumping onto these Venezuelan boats, and oil rigs and taking over those. I saw a video on that recently. Don's been around for about 6 years, at least 6 years.
I want to sleep, guys. Wake me up in the chat. How's everybody doing?
So Carol took the information, wanted to verify, and then he doesn't want to watch, a 30-minute video, which like Bach did, BOQ did, or as Caseta did as well. He did a great video on Rumble of that incident where they walked around that day with the shield, and Portland Andy was in on it. So, and I've also seen Travis threaten Jur. I'll just call him Jur. I've seen Jur threaten Tommy, to some bad thing, some nasty comments to unalive him, and that was on video, of course. Travis just can't help himself with his mouth. First Amendment right goes a little bit too far with them with threats, in my opinion. That's my opinion. As far as if you guys have any questions for me, I did this for many, many years. I was very surprised. He is a threat to society. I'm very surprised they're releasing him from confinement and detention. Even with all the rules there are, with no computers, somebody's going to walk in there with a phone. He's going to look at a phone, right? And it's not going to be his device.
I mean, I said that earlier.
Yeah. And they actually obtain something from it. It's usually stolen valor is something like the Navy Cross, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, something to that effect, and they're making money off of it, and that's when it becomes a stolen valor issue. The coat was came right off of as soon as I saw it, having served for 25 years, I know that coat was a flight jacket, and he would not have a flight jacket. Those are usually issued to C-130 pilots, C-141, C-17. Those are normally the flight jacks. They're flying cargo aircraft. They get the flight jackets. When he showed up with his flight suit and that helmet, I kept staring at the helmet,
where you at?
going, why does he have
Might
this
be on the
helmet
East Coast,
as a rescue swimmer?
maybe Midwest.
I mean, that looked like a G suit.
2 feet of snow.
It wasn't a G suit.
Everybody thinks snowed in. Okay, so you're up in Canada, so you got 2 feet of snow. That's for sure.
A helmet like that. Now I've
What
seen
the
them
hell?
wear something of like
Air show. That was a.
They do wear
Air
helmets,
show
but it's like
graphic.
it's the typical helmet you see like helicopter crews wear for like comms and stuff.
that's what I was trying to allude to. Yeah.
But they toss that shit off because it's on a tether most of the time, connected to the inside. When they jump out, because what's a helmet gonna do besides impede your rescuing?
Very true. Go ahead, Happy. I'm sorry to interrupt.
And these were just things that I noticed that he was doing and walking around with. But the greatest thing was that that Don got involved, because I kept calling for Don. I was hoping that Don would pick up on it, and he did. And Don is a no nonsense guy. He's straightforward. He speaks, facts and truth, and he goes and gets it. I mean, he calls out. I can't. If you went back and watched the last videos for the last 6 years, like I have, you'd sit there and just your mouth would drop. So it wasn't uncommon to hear, that he found that, I'm very surprised that and glad that he took up this case, for his show, for his YouTube. It's also got over 100,000 views in 12 hours, I believe. So I mean, that's getting a large audience. Yeah, he's running a great audience. Anyway, I
He
don't,
used a lot of my
I
content too.
can't bless. Say that again.
He used a lot of my content as well.
Yes, sir. I figured that he probably got contacted by you too, is what I'm thinking.
No,
to get your content.
he got it. He got it from straight from my social. I didn't get any contact from that guy. I appreciate what he did though.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, I even with the signal chats. No, I'm sorry, that was BCP today with the signal chats that he and Haley had on. I think you were on that show too with Kevin, right?
No, I was producing the entire thing. So
Okay,
everything you
yeah.
saw that popped up on the screen, all the overlays, all the signal chats, those were actually just dropped. That was breaking news.
That was awesome. Haley standing at the Columbia Detention Center, Columbia County Detention Center was pretty cool. Haley West was out there.
We're hoping we're going to get him coming out. Yep, we're hoping we're going to get him coming out of there.
Yeah,
is anybody still there, Geyer?
What's that?
Is any of our like-minded people still there, or are they?
I don't live too far away from that area.
I mean, as it said, and we know with factual information, tonight or tomorrow morning. I mean, the fucker could walk out at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Let's just be.
You know how long it's going to take for that? Then they're going to take their sweet ass time too. And you saw the type of guys that he was being handled by. The same exact guy, like I said, that he hates. So they hate him.
No. I saw it, and I have to give you obviously credit that what you did for that with BCP was phenomenal, guy. Yeah, I couldn't obviously critique it at all, but it was phenomenal.
Thank you. I will respectfully take that as a great compliment. So thank you. I appreciate that, Spin.
It is a great compliment, and I meant it as so. The other thing, let's explore on the same topic.
Happy, thank you for sharing, by the way, man.
People that have the wherewithal.
Thank you, Happy. Thank you, Happy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, Happy, for the input. I really.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Bach's interview. At the end of his interview, Bach just him giving him an open forum to show himself on him, and it just seems to be it's like nobody can get along with anybody. He thought that Bach was trying to catch him. He wasn't. He was letting him speak freely, and tell your story is basically what he was doing, and asking him open-ended questions. I love the interview.
Absolutely, and I've always said, Bach, are you still here? Or are you listening?
You know who does a really great job of that too is Ocean Plot.
Oh yeah, we can't. Absolutely, Guy. I agree. But happy to expand on what you were saying. You're correct. Bach gave him the chance to redeem himself, and I did notice at the end of end of the interview, he became very, very deflective or defensive, which told a story, or I would not be hesitant to say it told a completely different story from the beginning to the end. What would be your thoughts on that, Happy?
Oh, absolutely. It was first here to prove. Let me turn on my camera. Here's my DD14 again. There was somebody else. I think just Leslie she said that, here's my husband's, I'm in the DOD. This is obviously when you're retired, you get those same ones, except they just have, my question, with him is he served on RE code was RE1, which that's how he got into the guard. Discharge. That's not thinking that was other than honorable bad conduct, or he wouldn't have had an IT job. He wouldn't have got gas. That also
I was just going to say that. Now, if you remember, and I don't mean to cut you off again, obviously, this in a video or a stream that I saw myself, he alluded that he was transferred or he transferred to the Coast Guard. Now, if you will, Happy, just for dialogue, repeat what you said about reenlistment.
for enlist into it was a Geneva Conventions card, which means he was in the Coast Guard, provide law enforcement as well. There are that can provide law enforcement within the United States, unless the Insurrection Act is and all branches, whichever the president can do all the time. I mean, that's what they're doing. Those in the back, flying at 90 miles an hour, and where we're headed, we know. That's on the ground. We
Okay, so
Real
that's
bad.
this. I don't know if you
Sorry, guys, we're gonna have to end this. I really do apologize. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I understand that everybody has their lane. I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. I'm just letting you guys listen. I was trying to figure out what this feedback issue was here. Let's go back into this and see if we can get back into this here. Spin.
since his enlistment was up and he was going into a different branch, it's technically considered a reenlistment. Not because of the like he's changing branches, but just because of the timeline. Because my uncle in like what was it, his first 18 years switched between 3 branches, and each time his enlistment period was up, it was after he switched branches, so it didn't matter to him. It's just an extra 3 inches of paperwork that he has to add to his file.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, just to comment on it. It seems like a lot of fucking around just to resume or to resume
Northern
military
California?
service. I think that would
Nice,
resume
sunny
is the best word.
California.
Well, it's also
Sounds
each
like everyone
branch
here
is
threatening to
also
get together all at
significantly
once, get a
different.
restraining order and press charges. That's what I've
Well,
been saying.
no, I agree with that. It is.
That's what I've been saying.
But
Charges
like
are
in
already been
Travis's case,
pressed.
like I do think it was just because of the fact that like one enlistment period ended, so he had like technically the procedure was to re-enlist to get into that other branch. Same with every.
We were only temporary residents on this planet. But I just find it. I mean, I can't believe you changed 3 services. I can see Coast Navy to Coast Guard, but not Air Force. I mean, the Air Force treats you like a god.
My uncle didn't like the fact that the Air Force is so stagnant in his opinion, so that's why he changed the first time. And then the second time was just because he's one of the as a kid he was one of those like mega overachievers, like the person like you like teacher's pet, always got perfect grades, and he didn't like that. That's why he has, was it 47 different aircraft certifications to be a pilot in, and he's now doing weapons research. So
Stealth, is he a
like
warrant officer?
warrant officer 3, I think is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
But
one of the
he's
rare grades.
Yeah, so he reminds me of what's that one Marine guy that everyone's talking about, where he's like, he was a special force operator in like 3 different branches or whatever, and he was a Marine or something. That's what my uncle reminds me of, is that guy.
They have a lot of SEALs that try to come into the Air Force and try to become combat controllers or pararescue, and they fail in the pool, if you can believe that. And it's a true story. I mean, those guys, nobody realizes, but the Air Force special operators are something else. You know, they jump in a team, so everybody knows. They jump at Halo. You've heard the term. Well, most of you have probably played the game Halo. High altitude, low opening. You know, and they jump at 30,000 feet with an oxygen mask on. And they jump in a team, and one guy is taking over the wrong way. One guy is, and he's bringing in the air traffic. The other guys, securing, the other Rangers are securing the perimeter with the recon. And if there needs to be an interpreter, if they grab somebody on the thing, that's what the Green Berets in there. They're linguists. They're taught at DLI out in Monterey, California. So in multitude of languages. And they only do, I mean, they might do Turkish, and they might do, and then one might be Arabic, and I mean, they have certain specialties in each of the groups. I know there's one up in you all's area, well, up in that Panhandle. What's that base up there, McCord? I think Fort McCord has they call it Joint Base McCord. I think there's some special operators that are up there, at the present. I know there's some Army helicopter warrant officers up in that area. But it's been a while since I've been retired for a while.
You got McDill in Tampa too.
Yeah, we have McDill, which is about 35 minutes south.
I know SOCOM and CENTCOM. I know SOCOM and SOCOM very well. I know McDill Air Force Base and the 4 gates that you can get into. I know that base. From the Gulf,
and then you know where the fishing line is, if you understand what I am telling you, and where you can go and where you cannot go.
Side there, and we'll stop you and ask you for your ID, and then we'll escort you back out of that 1 mile zone.
Exactly, and if you have any trouble locally, state or federally, you're going with them. That's all I would say.
The guy I was thinking about is Sergeant Major Mike R. Vinning. He was an U.S. Army soldier. He's the guy that like everyone shits their pants when they see.
Guys, be sure to follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to get monetized here so I can build a bigger platform. So look forward to seeing you guys here on YouTube. Costin Safransky in the house, but little Nazi. He's just a little crazy guy. We love him though. He's like that embarrassing little brother that just does some stuff that you don't really agree with, but you're like, he's kind of retarded. But we love him.
Operator, or do you know what it takes to carry the football?
Mudrux. What's up, Mudrux? I don't know who you are, but hello.
I do not. Happy. Would you care to
Sure.
to give the dialogue?
So you do not put in a request to be one. They request you to be one, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be one in either one of those cases. So for instance, to carry the football, you're requested, they interview you, and then they determine whether or not you would be a good person to be carrying the new football for the president. And each one of the services, you have one from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. I'm sorry, the Navy, the Marines normally don't do. It's the 3 services that get it. And then
is he out? Did they release him yet?
Live in the White House. As far as being a Delta operator, you are requested to be in it, and then they interview you, and then it goes through. You go through like a 20-week process while they're interviewing you, and they keep interviewing you because they want to make sure that you're the right person that's going to be able to do that stealth work. And I mean, you're going to be the baddest of the bad. You're going to be the greatest of the great. So that's how it takes. It's a very tough, grueling. Both of those are grueling to get into. You don't ask, you don't apply. They
thumbnail
come for
character.
So
looks nothing like him. We're gonna do that for him.
Definitely, Mike Vine. He's definitely a badass.
So theoretically,
we make graphics over here.
On topic, he is the classic he is juror is the classic stolen valor. Would we
Bro,
not agree?
I will tell you right now, I'm almost guaranteed if Mike Vining saw this guy, Jur wouldn't live to see the daylight. Like that's probably how pissed off this dude would be at his behavior and like stolen valor shit. Because
I'll go ahead and run an ad real quick. This is one of the graphics that I've made, so I'll go ahead and show that to you. Where? I can speak on this too.
every other veteran, active or not. And they were like, no, I support that. Then I'm like, then you're a disgrace to the flag. And then they started getting all butthurt and everything.
Well, let me reiterate a statement that I said earlier. I have never been in the United States military, and I am not ignorant to services of the military. What I am ignorant to is what we're talking about now and processes of the military. Happy, I just want to say thank you very much for your input here. And it's very welcome just to try to disseminate through everything. What I would like to talk about next, and Happy, obviously.
I think Geyer had something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Geyer, did you have something?
No,
you wanted to say?
you're good.
Okay, the next thing that I wanted to try to disseminate is obviously a flight jacket, a flight suit, or any type of militaria can be purchased at a surplus store. Can we say there is anything on that flight jacket that would elude or prove anything?
Well,
Out with what, Lando? Several conditions of the release. Good morning, Moose. That's actually fantastic, Mudrux. Hey, here we go. Give me 1 second.
There an initial issuance of
No,
And-
I'm
and
gonna
I'm probably
link
gonna
the
classify this wrong.
link
but-
his Instagram
Yes,
accounts
they
here
initially
Uniform.
give you a uniform.
and his page.
They
And
give
Kevin's
you
the captain of the
initially,
boat.
they
Kevin
give
Williams,
you the
Northwest Bound
uniform,
Outdoors.
like the undershirt, the boots.
So this is Kevin here. This is Kevin, Northwest Bound Outdoors. The guy at the boat. And we're going to link over here. Give me 1 second. Let's go over to his YouTube channel. Okay. Real quick, guys. Since somebody had asked for it, let's go ahead and show you guys who Kevin is. If you guys want to get on a boat this summer, we'll be on the boat with him. I cover all of his social media stuff. I do a lot of his filming, and we had a great time out on the boat this year. So we're gonna drop some videos. This is Kevin's page, Northwest Bound Outdoors. Go follow this guy on YouTube. And we'll jump right into a video that we filmed out on the Willamette River, actually. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, that's his old one. This is his old page. It's this one that I need you to go follow. So here we go. This was Northwest Bound Outdoor Guide fishing with clients out on the Willamette River in the Pacific Northwest, just south of Portland, Oregon. Always good to market my friends and their local businesses. This is one of our sponsors, Northwest Bound Outdoors. we're not only political commentators or whatever political, we don't only focus on politics over here. Oh, sorry, guys. Can you guys hear that? I apologize. It's muted. It won't let me unmute. There we go. These boys were from Utah. They'd never been salmon fishing before. Never caught a fish over the size of a bass. Haley West just posted about Travis Juror. Go to my Instagram page and go post that. What is GTSY? What does that mean? I've seen that a few times. Good to see you. Guys, if you're just now joining, guys and gals, thank you for joining the Geyer Show Late Night Edition. This is one of our sponsors. Somebody wanted to see more videos of Northwestbound Outdoors on the guide fishing boat. So this is what we're going over right now. We'll go back into that space here in a little bit. We'll share a little bit of lifestyle stuff here. We love our outdoors here, and this is. If you want to get political about it, this is what the Democrats are trying to take away from you. This is what the Democrats are trying to take away from you. They don't want to have the guide fishermen in there. They're sport fishing, hunting, and fishing. They want to limit it from you. And they're working to pass laws, ladies and gentlemen. They're working to pass laws to keep you from getting to your food and getting to your necessities. So get on the boat with Northwest Bound Outdoors this spring. Let's finish this video. Then we got a hype video for you guys. We do all the graphics, all the videos. We filmed this video, edited it, all on the boat, rocking back and forth, posted it before we even got off the boat. Oh, man. Well, thank you for joining the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Had a nice birthday yesterday. Technically yesterday now. Thank you guys for joining in. Appreciate you guys. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all Geyer Digital. If you feel like supporting the stream, appreciate you. Working on getting monetized here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, follow. We provide local content, reporting, journalism here in the Pacific Northwest. Produce live streams. Producer for On American Streets live stream. Podcast on YouTube, X Rumble. Quincy Franklin. So, fisherman, photographer, social media content creator. Look at the size of that fish, guys. And he got to take that home and share it with his friends. He smoked it, he ate it, and they had a good time. So that's how you fillet a salmon, ladies and gentlemen. Cut the fins off. And then you're going to cut from the belly and go all the way up, all the way to the anus. And then kind of cut through the collars. Now, Kevin does it a little bit differently, which is a very efficient way to do it. So then he gets all the guts out here. And see how he cut around the collar? He slides it all the way down, flips the fillet right over, and does the same exact thing, but this gets the rib bones out the way he does it. This is a 16-pound salmon. I've been watching you for a while, Geyer. Thank you. I appreciate you. I am a fan of Tommy and Shane, too. We love Tommy over here. We got a lot of respect for Tommy. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Mudrux. I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, we can show that on YouTube. I can show you a faster way to fillet a salmon. 11 seconds, only 3 cuts. Let's go. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Let's show you guys. So this one right here, this was last season in August with Northwest Bound Outdoors as well. There's a couple of Kevin's content here. I mean, we get after it. We get after it. So it's a fun time. 971-599-9574. Northwest Bound Outdoors on all social media platforms. Here's some of the graphics. So that video was not filmed at all. That video was not filmed at all. That's all AI. Pretty crazy stuff. What are your thoughts on Nick Shirley's reporting currently? I like it. I like Nick Shirley. We like Nick Shirley over here. He was in our chat a couple nights ago on BC Preacher's stream, so that was pretty cool. 4 point. You guys want to see a picture of me and Nick Shirley? Let's see if I can find it. Hang on. It might be on my Instagram. Let's see. Let's show Haley real quick. Yeah, that was AI. Okay, let's what was I showing you guys? Oh, a picture of Nick Shirley and I. When Nick Shirley came down to Portland, I had no idea who he was, to be honest with you. And one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, that's Nick Shirley." I was like, "Who's Nick Shirley?" And he's like, "He's a very famous YouTuber." I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's go meet him." And so we went and met Nick Shirley, and he's a really cool kid. We like that guy. I've had a couple conversations with him. I really enjoy what he's doing out here. And I think it's good for the world, to be honest with you. Keep scrolling down here. We're gonna keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. See, here's some graphics that we make, but we'll show you guys those another day. If you want to follow my Instagram, everything is Guy Digital on all social media platforms. I'm getting tired, ladies and gentlemen. We've been streaming for about 2 hours now, and before that, we did about 2 hours with the BC Preacher. So, it's been a long evening, and I think we're about to go to bed here. So, I wanted to get that picture of Nick Shirley, but I guess we can just show that on the next stream. This was pretty cool. We'll show this real quick. Okay, let's see what you guys said. You and Haley should investigate something big or by yourself. I'll spill if he's interested. I'm definitely down. Send me a DM on X or Instagram. Beginning to wonder if we have even reached a part of these people to get what they're doing. Maybe. I was chasing after, or not chasing after, but that was following some ICE agents on the move. That was fun. We enjoy following our ICE agents around. I'm kidding. We don't follow ICE agents around. We're not crazy. I blocked you on X. Okay, so here's the thing. I'll go ahead and unblock you right now because I had a problem with that. My phone freaked out and blocked a lot of people, and you must have been one of them. So I do apologize. So Yeah, Reaper G78. Okay, here. We'll go ahead and follow you right now. Reaper G78. Yeah, it says blocked. I'm sorry, bro. Here, I'll send you a DM. Perfect. Got you covered, dude. Yeah, send me what you got. Yeah, I know. Haley and I like to work on some stories. And we've investigated on something. Okay, cool. Sounds good, Grim. I think we're gonna end the stream, guys. I'm super tired. We're gonna go deliver some campaign signs tomorrow. For your future governor of Oregon. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining the stream. We've got a lot coming up. So if you want to see Geyer get places, please send me over to these places: California, Minnesota, Bourbon Street, New York. Anything there's a protest, there's anything like that, let's get over there. Let's get going. But if there's anything you want me to cover here in Oregon, you've got a breaking story, send it on over to Geyer. We'll investigate it, just like we're going to investigate this story right here with Mr. Grimm or Mrs. Grimm. You can never tell on X. So, yeah, take care, Geyer. Be safe. Yes, appreciate you. And you guys always do something good for yourselves. Do something good for somebody else tomorrow or today. And read something out of the Bible. So what we should do, should we end it with a Bible verse? Let's just go to the first Bible verse we open it up to. And I think that's how we're going to end the stream from now on, ladies and gentlemen. Every Geyer show, we're going to end it with a Bible verse. So I'm going to go ahead and post the Bible verse up here. And the one I opened up to was this one right here. So it's, and I've got the King James version here. And we'll end it with a Bible verse. So, and then you'll see a graphic, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. So we'll share this here. Sorry guys, I'm producing this all by myself. I've done 4 hours of production today, so it's been tiring. But we're gonna get to this verse right here, and this one right here says, it's Psalm 106 out of the King James version, and this is, praise ye the Lord, O give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Who can utter the mighty acts of the Lord? Who can shew forth of his praise? Blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness at all times. Remember me, O Lord, with thy favor that thou bearest unto the people. O visit me with thy salvation, that I may see the good in the chosen. So, that's Psalm 106. Verse 6 says, we have sinned with our fathers, we have committed iniquity, we have done wickedly. Our fathers understood that not thy wonders in Egypt, they remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he may make his mighty power to be known. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. So he led them through the depths and through the wilderness. And then he saved them from the hand of him, and hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And that's Psalm 106 through 12. Much love, guys. Christ is King. Love it. Psalms are always good. Read a Proverbs daily. I do. Keeps you on your toes. Sounds good. I will definitely. I hope you guys got something out of that psalm right there, because it's so funny how you can read something or you can listen to a sermon and immediately pertains to something in your life, leading on a path of righteousness. Now we have to understand what righteousness really is, and so that'll give you little steps to the path of righteousness in Psalm 106. Pretty interesting stuff. Of course, Mudrux, I appreciate you. And thank you guys for joining. Welcome to the new studio, by the way. We set up the studio, and I think we did a pretty decent job here. And you've got more lighting here, red lighting. Turn off this lighting over here. You know, if we want to set the mood a little bit, if we're getting in, I think this is the lighting that we're going to use when we investigate. We can talk about investigative journalism and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, welcome to the Geyer Show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining. It's been one heck of a night. We streamed for multiple hours, and so now we're going to jump on out of here. We will see you learning and growing daily, of course. I mean, it's the daily bread right there. So, all right, we're going to jump on out of here. We will end it with our sponsor, and then we will end it with a graphic, and we'll see you guys tomorrow live on the Geyer Show. Thank you guys for joining. Be sure to follow me on all social media platforms. Get me monetized, and we can do this full time for you guys. Good night, everybody.